effects and our disaster response in connection with Typhoon Tisoy. The presentation will follow this outline. Typhoon Tisoy, with international name Kamori, entered the Philippine area of responsibility on 30 November at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. On December 1, tropical cyclone warning signal number 1 was raised over Catanduanes, Albay, Sorsogon, Camarines Sur, Masbate, including Burias and Ticao Islands. At 11 in the evening, tropical cyclone warning signal number 2 was raised over all provinces in Bicol region and portions of southern Quezon. The typhoon maintained its strength and continued to move towards the country, making 4 landfalls on our landmass. It made its first landfall in Gubat, Sorsogon on 2 December at 11 in the evening. And then on 3 December at 4 o'clock in the morning, it made its second landfall in San Pascual, Masbate. At 8:30 in the morning, it made its third landfall in Marinduque province. And at 12:30 in the afternoon, its final landfall in Nauuhan, Oriental Mindoro. It exited the Philippine area of responsibility at around, please show the slide, 8 o'clock in the morning, and is expected to record downwards and continuously weaken due to the high pressure north of the country. Shown is the preparedness actions carried out by the agencies composing the NDRRMC and RDRMC and the local government units. We conducted our pre-disaster risk assessment. Then DILG activated its operations listo for the implementation by local government units identified to be affected by Typhoon Tisoy. DSWD, DOH, and OCD prepositioned relief goods and medicines. The Office of Civil Defense sent emergency alert warning messages based on rainfall warnings and tropical cyclone forecasts provided by Pagasa. We alerted for deployment the search, rescue, and retrieval units from the Armed Forces of the Philippines, Philippine National Police, Philippine Coast Guard, and Bureau of Fire and Protection. And flights and sea voyages were canceled. The local government units inspected and prepared the evacuation centers, carried out preemptive evacuation. They managed their evacuation centers and suspended classes in affected areas. They likewise disseminated information to their constituents. Shown is the total number of preemptive evacuation carried out in 8 regions, numbering a total of 125,745 families, or 493,861 individuals. Shown is the picture of evacuation from Barangay Ipil and Iraya in Buhi, Camarines Sur, which was recognized as the first preemptive evacuation carried out. A total of 358 domestic flights and 203 international flights were suspended, with advice from CAAP due to the inclement weather. A total of 923 cities and municipalities declared suspension of classes in 12 regions nationwide. Also, 231 cities and municipalities declared suspension of work in 6 regions. Sea travel, passenger and cargo vessels were also suspended. This resulted to 3,330 passengers stranded in different ports. The number of affected population is a total of 154,410 families, or 618,475 individuals. A total of 150,610 families, or 604,924, were served outside and inside evacuation centers. Casualties reported, although subject to validation by DILG in accordance with protocols on management of the dead and missing, numbers 13 dead and 51 injured. Damaged houses, total 2,941 totally damaged and 35,457 partially damaged. There were 43 incidents of flooding in 4 regions and 32 landslide incidents in 2 regions, Region 5 and Region 8. Only one of these landslide incidents resulted to casualties. Power outages were reported in 22 provinces of Region 2, Calabarzon, Mimaropa, Region 5, 8, NCR, and Cordillera, due to damages to 19 transmission towers of NGCP and to the distribution lines of 27 electric cooperatives. A total of 31 road sections, 46 as per update from DPWH, road sections and bridges, of which 36 were already open, while the remaining 10 will be cleared by Saturday. Next slide. This is the Legazpi Airport was likewise damaged as shown. Next slide. And repairs were already immediately carried out by CAAP and airport authorities. The airport opened this morning and resumed operation. The initial estimate of damages amounts to 2.6 billion. This is based on the report from DPWH and Department of Agriculture in 6 provinces as shown. However, these damages will still go through a thorough assessment during the conduct of post-disaster needs assessment. Now on our disaster response actions. The NDRMC implemented its contingency plan, which was presented to the cabinet, to the President during the last cabinet meeting. And immediately, government agencies conducted their respective assessment of damages and needs for immediate response. The Office of Civil Defense facilitated the meetings at the national and regional level. We provided logistical support. Our regional offices conducted aerial survey with the support of the Philippine Air Force. We also facilitated the transport of relief items to the local government units needing assistance. The Armed Forces of the Philippines, next slide, assisted in the conduct of preemptive evacuation through the use of their personnel and transportation assets. Also assisted in the transportation of relief goods, and they prepositioned disaster response units in critical areas in coordination with local DRRMCs. The DSWD provided relief goods to affected provinces and also deployed quick response teams for the conduct of assessment and to provide assistance to the local government units in the management of evacuation centers. The Department of Health deployed rapid health assessment in the affected provinces. They established health stations in evacuation centers and deployed human resource for health teams at the evacuation centers. The Philippine National Police mobilized transportation assets and personnel for the conduct to assist the LGUs in the conduct of preemptive evacuation. They also assisted in the repacking of goods and distribution to affected areas and deployed search and rescue personnel and transportation assistance to affected municipalities. The Philippine Coast Guard assisted in the evacuation of residents in high-risk areas in the Bicol region, provided transportation assistance, and readied placed on standby disaster response groups. The Bureau of Fire and Protection conducted clearing operations. They conducted relief operations and assistance to evacuation centers. The Department of Public Works and Highways immediately conducted road clearing operations and likewise provided transportation support in the delivery of relief goods. The Department of Education made available 474 schools with 1,761 classrooms used as evacuation centers. They are also assessing damages to some of their schools. The DICT provided communication support through the installation of their very small aperture terminal and broadband global access network. They also provided free calls and charging stations in Mimaropa, Region 5 and Region 8. The Mines Geoscience Bureau, the DNR, conducted rapid assessment on landslides and flooded areas in the provinces of Albay, Sorsogon, and Camarines Sur. The Department of Energy activated the Task Force Resiliency with the involvement of their stakeholders in the power and energy sector. The National Electrification Administration activated the Task Force Kapatid for the rehabilitation of distribution systems of electric cooperatives. The task force involves the support from unaffected electric cooperatives from Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao for the immediate repair of damaged electric cooperative distribution systems. Their target is to restore by 80 to 90% of damaged electric cooperatives by 18 December and 100% restoration by 31 December. Now, on our observations, Typhoon Tisoy served as a good source of information for us to improve disaster management in the country. Here are some of the significant observations we have based on the NDRRMC's disaster preparedness and response operations. The conduct of large-scale preemptive evacuations resulted to reduce exposure to the elements and thus minimizing the risk for any untoward incidents. And we tried to compare the past typhoons with Tisoy, and please note the number of deaths, although some of the key conditions present in those previous typhoons may not be present in Tisoy, but the significant reduction of the casualties is noteworthy. Second observation is that people with special needs, like the elderly, sick, infants, pregnant, and PWD should be brought to hospitals and not to evacuation centers. This was emphasized in our pre-disaster risk assessment meetings. Also, there were areas or communities living in no-build zones or hazard-prone areas, and these were the focus of attention of the RDRMCs and LGUs. The initiative of OCD to coordinate with LTO and PNP to stop vehicles going to RORO ports prevented the buildup of strandees in those ports. Now, for our next steps and recommendations, number one is the immediate repair of damaged classrooms. There are some schools reported in Region 5 to be damaged, and this will be by the Department of Education. Next is the immediate restoration of power supply, which is vital by Department of Energy. Third is the immediate repair and restoration of damaged road sections and bridges by DPWH. Number four is the intensification on the adherence to Operations Listo, with emphasis on preparation of evacuation centers and enforcement of preemptive evacuation by DILG. Five is the institutionalization of suspension protocols for public land transport and cargo vessels for anticipated weather disturbances by DOTR. We have a protocol, Mr. President, on suspension of sea voyages immediately at signal number 1. However, we have none for public land transport. 6 is the immediate restoration of communication system, which should be coordinated by DICT. 7 is the provision of assistance such as cash for work and food for work to the affected most vulnerable families by DSWD. 8 is the assistance to affected farmers and fishery folks by Department of Agriculture. 9 is the provision of housing assistance to families in the most vulnerable sector with damaged houses by the SUD. And last is the identification of rehabilitation and recovery projects by all government agencies to be facilitated by the NDRRMC and concerned regional disaster risk reduction management councils. The initial step to identify these recovery and rehabilitation projects will be the conduct of post-disaster needs assessment to be undertaken by all members of the NDRMC and RDRMC. This ends the presentation, Mr. President. Thank you.
Thank you, Undersecretary Haddad, sir. At this juncture, let us hear the guidance of President Rodrigo Roa Duterte.
Well, actually, I was not worried about being here immediately after the typhoon because I had the pictures of the entire places that were hit. So I had an idea of how terrible the typhoon was. Meron na akong aerial photographs. So alam ko na ang so busy. So I thought of the first available opportunity to visit it. Currently, the government agencies knew what to do before the typhoon hit its landfall, what it did during the entire crisis and after. So, I am more than satisfied by the response. The question is, as always, if we have this kind of situation after you make the assessment, the evaluation is there, it's always money. So, it would be good to, for the entire government agencies are here, beginning from this WD, ends up with the Department of Trade and Farm, to submit your report immediately so that they will pass it on to the proper agency concerned. This time, if there's available money, we can get it from the budget office. Nandito ba sa iyo sa ano? You would, it's okay. Parating ba ninyo yung report ninyo, then we will take over and I will advise you accordingly kung kailan dadating o kailan. I'm sure there is always a money for that and for all these things that are happening now. The only thing is how fast. Wala kayong problema sa akin because I am a very impatient person. I usually do my bidding minsan sa mga, not to bide their time, but yung apurado ako, especially itong calamities and crisis. So, they are listed here, this WD, DOH, DOR, DPWS, and so on. Report kayo to the EAS para madali. So kami mag-move faster. Because always, after a calamity, after all has been said and done, it's always a question of money. At ang punta ko dito, hindi naman ako sabihin ng mukhang pera, pero talagang pera kailangan. Wala naman tayo, I don't have to give any critique because I said everything or everyone knew what to do before, during, and after. More than satisfied with the performance of government people. But I commiserate with the Bicolanos for this fate. Apparently, you are condemned to suffer this kind of crisis every now and then. You know, even before the climate change, which made it really worse, you are the window of the Pacific, and you are regularly panned with things like this. What is I remember there's a need, and this was discussed during the Mayon volcano. I think it was Senator Tolentino now who suggested for parang houses, empty houses, where people can go and seek shelter. But apparently, if it is for typhoon, talagang kailangan ito puro cement. But it's not only cement, but talagang cement na cement. One that doesn't crumble during the first crack. Because aside from the typhoons, you have Mount Mayon, the beauty and the beast at the same time. It can be a beautiful sight at any given time during a normal day, and it can also give you sorrow when she gets hungry. Either way, medyo talaga ang Bicol papunta dito sa... Meron kami, Mount Tapo. It's not moving. Even when I was young, nakikita ko yung at the tip, you see fireballs there, but at stop. But Mayon seems to be alive. Ang Mayon siguro gusto ng pansin. Pag hindi ninyo pinapansin, nagagalit. So once in a while, yung Bicolanos, especially, ngayon lang, tumitingin lang dyan yung mga bisita, passing tourists and people are not here. Medyo every now and then wawala. So, yung idea of building a half-day house or however you would call it, shelters of refuge, parang kailangan ninyo dito in all places facing from Isabela, Cagayan down dito sa Masbate hanggang ang binubugbog sa Mindanao, the northern part, but seldom, very seldom. But that's the only part of Mindanao na tinatamaan ng typhoon. Davao, but the last time I remember, yung ano ko lang, malaala ko, was in 1969. That was the last typhoon that visited Davao. But we have another problem. Dito is a kind of nature. Doon naman sa Mindanao, they are grappling with terrorism. And if there is one thing that would give me the sweat in the hands, at parang natatakot ako with the specter of terrorism. Yan lang ang bantayan natin. I really do not know. I cannot project even if it's time to keep stock of everything and prepare. But it is always good to be prepared for all these things. But Mindanao is very open to this kind of things. So, yan ang problema. Yung Luzon, well, because of its size, maybe the northern part hits, but the southern thing would enjoy a good weather. Kaya nang ito, si utang inang tisoy na to. Buisit. Sabi ko sa mga guard doon, sabi ko malakas ba ito? Sabi na malakas yan. Kailangan prepare. Kami mga taga, this is not a joke, but it is a joke to hear it. Kami mga taga Mindanao, gusto namin makita yung typhoon. We seldom have it actually. Downpours, yes. But yung magsabay yung winds that would be a howling thing, pati tubig, wala kami. So kaming gusto may makita yung typhoon. Even when we were students, ni Bebot, sila yung sanay na sa Isabela. Ako, nandulo ako ng Mindanao to the farthest end now. I am facing Australia. And on a clear day, makita namin yung mga Australian na nagbibikini sa beach nila. That's the only thing that's wonderful about Davao. It is far from the madding crowd of typhoons. Yun ang pasalamat namin sa Diyos. But we are, and we have been hit with terrorism. Mas mas matindi. And, well, anyway, still the same, it is a crisis. Pero, as far as we are concerned in government, wala pa naman. I hope it would not come. Ang takot lang namin dito, the only fear is that the ISIS would move inner from the Sulu Islands. It might travel to Mindanao. Ayan ang problema. So kung hanggang doon lang, okay lang, we can manage it. We are fighting the terrorists. Yung Abu Sayyaf. I'm losing my soldiers. It is expected. Pero nawawalop naman sila. I think my decision to send an entire division there. Kasi nung sporadic pero there was no clear advantage for government. We need men, and as a matter of fact, I have ordered Lorenzana to move faster sa creation ng mga bagong batalyon sa army. Ideally, I need about 35. But I would be happy with 20 in the meantime. Now, itong trabaho ng dalawa, si Secretary Anyo pati Secretary Lorenzana, on the rest, magtanong kayo, well, it's a repetition of a question before. Bakit mo dinoble yung sweldo ng police pati sa lahat? At sabi nila, takot yan si Duterte sa military pati police, baka ikudita siya. Sabi ko, look, I was elected by the people. I was not elected by the military. I was not elected by the police. And I can go anytime. I mean, there's no problem about stepping down from if it's for the good of the country. Walang problema sa akin. So, dinobli ko yan. Tingnan mo dito sa pinang. What were the orders to the police and military? They were there ordered to assist, and they are deployed and they help. If there is a collapsed tunnel, the police and the army digs. Hindi pa nga yung may mga ari. If there's a typhoon, the military and the police shall go there to meet the challenges of the fury of nature. If there's anything, anong bagay, if there's an explosion, if there is dito malakas man ang NPA, then we have the soldiers and police. Matindi ang Bicol and Quezon medyo maganda na. But ang Bicol, we have a problem, a serious problem of insurgency. Kasali yan sa, that would be on one side. If you're looking at the map of the Philippines, your right hand is the right, is the east, ang left hand mo is the west. Western side naman, you have the itong dalawang Negros, matinding. Alam mo, sa experience natin, you're a student of history. In places where there were yung plantations that were given by the Spaniards to so many families, a bit few, I would say, from central Luzon to Negros. Matindi ang crank ng utak ng insurgents. I'm still trying to fathom dito what makes them so passionate. But itong sa Central Luzon, pati itong sa Negros, dalawa, may tandi ito kasi dumaan ng mga plantasyon. And those that were really there when the feudal system was thriving. For so many generations, sila yung mga, it always been a tenant and a landlord. Ganun lang yan for so many years. So hanggang ngayon, hindi sila nakontento at medyo they have transcended from the hateful feudal system to a theory of, hindi ko na kasi masabi kung if it's an ideology because alam nila wala na eh. Alam nila ng mga NPA na, ano ba pag-awayan nyo? And yet, my soldiers are dying. My policemen are dying. Pardon me if I say my police, because they would look always to the President as their commander-in-chief. So when I address them in public, I say, my policeman, and isa lang ang nakatutok sa kanila. Yung commander-in-chief lang nila. So parang isa ka lang. So yan ang we're busy fighting still in the insurgency problem of it has been there since the Hukbalahap. I was privileged to be a student of the Lava brothers, si Francisco pati yung isa. Jesus and Maria Sison also was my professor. Lapos. So, nakita ko anong, except for Sison, meron akong, sabihin ko na lang. Ha? Takot ka? Well, anyway, there can never be a statement that would end finality in everything that you say in public. I can only say that that's it. I do not want to talk to you guys. Forget it. But, you know, when you are there, and I am there, and three times we attempted to talk sense dito, and it has always failed. Ang ano ko ngayon, I cannot stop. Hindi ko pwedeng sabihin, ayaw ko na makipag-usap. That is not a statement of a leader, of a president. Alam mo yung mga military, but you know, you should understand that the quest for, the longing for peace is always there. And not for the military and the police, but for everybody. No, kailangan, the doors must be open always. Or there must be at least one channel, if everything closes, na pwede mong pakiusapan. Now, this is the first time that I will reveal it. I'm sending Secretary Bello. Komunista naman talaga ito siya. So, he should go there, talk to them. And I cannot talk about it. Basta, I'm sending him back to season and talk to him about, malaman lang ninyo yan pagdating ng panahon. If he agrees, ito ang sabi ko last card. When say my last card is, my time is running out. So, tayong mga left, Bebot, ako, Joey, noon, ngayon hindi na. Maligaya ka na eh. So, no, we were the group. Do you know that kami lang ang 10 of us voted for Arroyo during the speakership fight when we were congressmen in the 11th Congress? Kami lang. Kasama ba tayo? Hindi ka ano? Yeah. Hindi kayo.
You were together in the same Congress?
11th Congress. Kami, ako, si Eta Rosales, yung mga kasama kong mga komunista noon, yung mga kaaway ko ngayon. Puta. Sabi ko ganito yan, Joey. When I was mayor, I was really traversing the ideological lines. Ako yung pupunta ng bukid. Alam ng military, alam nila lahat ito. They were at one time or other assigned in Mindanao. Ako yung pumapasok sa gubat, kinukuha ko yung mga sundalo, nabihag. And I also accept yung nahuli, binibigay lang sa akin after, na huwag na lang yung, it's useless to put them in prison. Give it to me and I will just take care of you. Binibigyan ko ng trabaho city. Those were the things na, actually, let me put it brutally. Pampolitika lang yun. Para makapasok ka sa bukid, you're good to everybody. Eh, ganoon ang politika eh. But when I became president, the roles were changed. I could not talk to them, even privately, because that is not good for a president. Papatayin ka ng military mo. So, ako, sabi ko, I'm no longer the Mayor Duterte dati nyo. Kayo na lang ni Inday maglaro. Ang problema kay Inday, hindi mo makausap yan kay Colonel sa, ano bang ranggo ni Inday? Colonel. Lieutenant Colonel. So, ang naiwan si Baste. Ang talent naman ng mga anak ko, this is not to pull pagyayabang, but ang talent naman ng anak ng Basti na yan, babae lang. Walang iba. From a distance. Yung ano niya, pang babae lang talaga. Pangligaw lang. Sabi ko sa kanila ay, they cannot talk to Inday. Si Inday is fiercely anti-communist talaga. The rules have changed since then. Sabi ko, I cannot. When I talk as president, and the interest of the Filipino people must be the utmost. Ito naman komunista, hindi naman ito maging utmost of importance. Wala na yan sila eh. We're just being nice to them. But yung killing of kapwa mo Pilipino, ayaw ko. Pero kung wala, alam mo, the last time was 53 years ago. Nandiyan kami sa Intramuros. We were listening to season. It was really a rabble-rouser. Kaya lang, bata ka pa. Especially if you are migrants to a new land. When you say migrants, yung migrants na pumunta, you seek the greener pasture of a place. Just to, para maintindihan ninyo, gutom na ba kayo, Jis? Magsinyas ka lang, ha? Yung malakas yung ano, you go to a greener pasture. Yung sana maganda ang buhay. Now, these Americans, well, that was the first reason actually, because they could not recruit natives. They're mostly Muslims. Moro. Actually, tawag na Moro, hindi nila mapatrabaho. Because at the same time, nakikita ng mga Moro na they have this chaplain, they have this chapel, then they have. If you are not in Maranao, Maguindanao, Iranon, Sama, Kaga, Tausog, itong sila sa Lupo din, itong isang Iyakan tribe. Tsaka may isa pa itong, if you do not speak those dialects, definitely you are not from Mindanao. Kung Bisaya ka, Tagalog ka, you are a descendant of the migrants that went to Mindanao because the Americans said, go to Mindanao because it is the land of promise. Actually, ang ibig lang sabihin, wala silang trabahante. Ayaw ng mga Moro eh. So nag-import sila, but they had to go into sloganeering. And that was go to Mindanao because it was a land of promise. You went there with nothing. Hindi mo malaman kung saan ka. There was no Bureau of Land. So, where was the land? And my father, a lawyer at that, hindi niya alam kung paano rin. So, we had to build a house on a parang swampland. Pagatpatan sa amin yan, Bisaya. In English, it would be wetlands. In wetland, and where the Ateneo de Davao is now, sa likod niya noon, only to, do you know what's the tragedy? Ganito yan eh. They opened Mindanao, but when they started to give lands, mga kadastral noon, when they started to itong mga homestead, wala namang, not fault of anybody, I suppose. But the only people or the only crowd who knew about that they were cutting Mindanao into pieces for the whoever wanted it, yung mga taga Maynila. That is why itong mga Garcia, they are not from there, sila Nonoy. Ano yan sila? They were the first government personnel that were assigned there. Kaya they were awarded. Wala namang no fault of there. But the entire San Pedro, entire kanila yan. And Claveria, kanila Nograles. Because sila yung mga anak ng mga tatay nila, mga empleyado noon ng gobyerno. Hindi ko sasabing mahirap. But it was parlayed maybe to the powerful here at Manila at the time. So, nabigay lahat yan sa mga few families. Congressman Garcia, kaya sila Congressman Nograles, kasi magpipinsan yan eh. Yun ang nangyari. The goodies were given to the early settlers of the Tagalogs who went there to be government workers. Kaya pagdating ng migration na because they were given large tracts, kaya ng San Pedro, kaya ng Claveria, went to Davao, kaya ng International Airport, yung mga Banggoy, kanila lahat yan eh. You could count the families by the fingers of your hands who hold the control of the lands there. And every election, the political power would always go to them as a cloud, as a group, and with a cloud. Kasi kanila ang lahat ang lupa. Yung mga taga Davao, alam nakakilala. I don't know, the chief of staff is from Davao. Migrant ba rin kayo doon? Clement? Kami yung mga migrants. So, yung walang Cebu naman ang tatay ko. My mother is ito kasing article about na hindi ako Muslim. It's my mother. It's not, my father has nothing to do with being in Maranao. Bisaya, yan eh. Ang nanay ko, ang tatay niya at lolo ko in Czech. Ang lola ko ang Maranao. Ang nanay ko ang mistisa Maranao. Kaya may article ako nakita that why should I pretend what about my lineage? Ang nanay ko, kamali sila yan. That's what you get if you begin to dig into the history, tapos you rely on chismis. It's my mother who is I never said it was my father. The Duterte is a familiar family name in Cebu. So much for that. Itong insurgency problem will always be with us. I think that I congratulate you for a job well done. The local officials, I was listening to you for almost 30 minutes. They were talking about the situation here on TV. Joey, you had a good report, but I said I had the overview taken from the above. Sa lahat. So I had a series of, and I have a good team dito sa gobyerno. I can assure you that you're all, di naman but they are good, they are not corrupt, and they are well-versed. Now, let me explain. Why is it that na halos lahat, sige ako salot, pati kanina malapit ako magsalot sa komunista. Si Bautista yung nagsalot sa akin. He used to be the CO commander ng Army. Then he became Army ka lang, no? Army lang ako. Diba? Bakit karamihan? I don't know if you have noticed. Alam mo, sa isang the company is just like this. Dito kami mga halos civilians, we group together. Kaharap namin yan sila puro military. Sila, Secretary Anyo, Bautista, lahat. The number about how many of you sa military are there? 9? Marami na nga eh. Pwede na kayo magkudita. Bakit ako, noon pa, tayo, matagal ka na sa gobyerno, kami without really, no offense intended to anybody, especially to the government workers and the bureaucracy. Meron akong puro civilian halos, but you can hardly get to move them very fast. At kung ang civilian pag nagpunta sa secretary, nagpunta lang sa bureau, at doon sa bureau, it gets stalled, then you have to send somebody where the papers are. It takes time. Hindi gaya ng military, for as long as they are assured that you are, what you are ordering them to do is legal, walang problema, susunod at sabihin mo, bilisan mo. At di talagang, if you, huwag mo ilagay lahat sa civilian, walang mangyari. I-mix mo. Kasi talagang, at saka debatihin ka pa, yan ang ayaw ko sa lahat. Yung ang sekretary magpunta doon sa opisina kasi sabi nitong direktor na ito, tapos yung direktor magsagutan kayo, magdebate kayo, anak ka ng po. Wala akong panahon na gano'n. Itong military, pag sinabi mo na, hindi mo magsabi, legal ba yan? Sabi, of course it's legal. Why would I order you to do an illegal thing? You just obey. Bakit ba tanong-tanong ng legal, illegal? Why would I send you to prison? Nung military kasi, kita mo yung Boracay. Sabi ko kay Secretary Anyo, kay Secretary Simato, linisan mo. Si Roy naman, tama yung sinabi ni halos karaming kaibigan ko, military. Kasi dumaan yan sila lahat, even Secretary Anyo. Sa lahat ng mga ang hindi ko masyado si Secretary Anyo. He can never be a close friend to you. Baski sa inyo, sabihin ko. Why? Laki ito ng intelligence. Hindi ito nagsasalita, nangingiti lang. Tapos magbantay kung ano ang mali mo. Laking intelligence. Hindi kaya nung iba na na-deploy ng Delphine. Lorenzana he was a mayor, he was just a light colonel assigned to Davao City. He brought the 2nd Regiment ng Scout Rangers. And I was there. And we became good friends. I used to eat in their camp. Whenever I am in the Bukid, I usually land sa kampo niya para mag-chat-chat. Kaya kilala ko sila lahat. So, mabait tong mga to. Wala itong mga, except for if you may mga hangin. Karamihang hangin, pulis. Kaya, saan ba yung RD dito si Where are you? RD ka? Ikaw yung RD?
PNP, sir. Regional Director.
Huwag mo na, hintayin ko na lang mag-ano ka, mag-general ka, ikaw na lang. Wala mo ng chief PNP. We will wait for you. Make sure to perform well so that you'll be, mas mabilis ang promotion mo. Baka maabutan mo pa ako, then we can talk things over. Hindi, ang problema kasi, paski, alam niyo lahat. Basta pulis, utusan mo. Sir, sige, punta na ninyo. Sir, puntahan mo doon sa, yes sir, sir, putang ina. Sir, yung baon, sir, magastos doon. Ano ba utusan mo walang pera? Maglakad yan. Police? I have been mayor of Davao City for 23 years. I never lost an election there hanggang presidente. Memorize ko yung police. Fiscal ako noon. May question ako. So, you were the investigating police officer. Yes? Correct. Yes, sir. So, how many hours did it take for you to reach the place? Sir, kawawa kami, sir. Kawawa talaga pala. Kawawa yung trupa, sir. Bakit? Isang araw at kalahati, sir, naglakad pa kami. Ang army doon, isang buwan sa bukid, butang. Diyan sa Paksol, totoo yan. Yung mga army, nandiyan yan sa Paksol. 3 months yan, assign dyan. Kaya pagbaba niyan dito, kunting makainom ng Hinebra, memorize ko yung mga police, sir. Kaya yung pulis, tusan mo, nag-capsize ang bangga, ng yawa. Kasi nung sabi ka agad nung team leader. Pero yung anak niya, abogado na ngayon. Sabi niya, di nahulog yung mga Armalite nila. Sabihin mo walang recover. Sabihin mo, nawala. Nawala siya. Di hayaan natin. Hindi, kunin ninyo uli. Report mo, nawala. Di, ipagbili natin. Water. May sarili ako. So, you were the investigating policeman? Yes, sir. So, you have your affidavit? Sir, I remember signing, I do not have, but I do not have the copy. Is it on file, on the records? Maybe, sir. Tinignan ko nito. Is this your affidavit? Yes, sir. Your signature? This is all true. Sagot sa akin siya. Sir, pwede ba kitang usapin sandali? May pag-ano na, sir, pwede ba kitang, bakit? Masabihin lang ako, sir. Your Honor, 1 minute. Lapit ako sa tainga ng tangina. Anong sabihin mo? Sir, anong sabihin ko, sir? Yung totoo o yung sa affidavit? Yun yung sabi ko na ang anak niya abogado na. He was a law student. He was marunong. Bihira ka makakita ng straight English. Magbasa naman ako minsan ng journal. Ano? And there was a chase in the vicinity of him. But unfortunately, the suspect was killed dead. Tawagin mo nga yung, bakit nakapasa ka pagka-polis? Yes, sir. Unfortunately, the suspect was killed dead. Well, anyway, so much for chismis. Meron akong mga ano, but I think it will not be good to, it will not be the proper time. Maybe it would leave a bad taste if I talked about it now. But this can explode, and it could be, alam na ninyo, I think you have an inkling of what it is. But kung magsabi si Chis pati si Joy, sabi ko, magsalita ako. But this is the Filipino people, Joy. This is not anything that I would go to war just for that. This is something which I said, I am prepared. Let me lay the foundation of my thing. I am prepared to go down as president and self-destruct. Wala akong ano dyan. I tell you. Gusto mo marinig? But guys, if you are hungry, you can leave. Just ask the title military, wala man kain-kain ito. But just ask them to stay for a while because I will talk to them after. This has something to do is nandito nandoon si Tito. Sabi ko, Senate President, you listen. I'm going to tell you a story. Nagduda ako nito noong nagkaroon ng water crisis, sometime in April. Walang ligo yung mga tao. Naghirap talaga. But somebody told me na may tubig. Kaya sabi ko, sigurado ka? Sigurado ako. Taga-gobyerno. Sabi ko, so I had to make sure. Tinawagan ko ang MWSS. Walang tubig, sir. Walang tubig, sir. Walang nag-aagas. There's no water flowing. Yung Bisaya niyan. Tapos sabi ko, I took a gamble. Tinawagan ko na. Sabi ko, putang ina ninyo. Kung may tubig, sabi ng taga-gobyerno, bakit di ko paniwalaan? Putang ina ninyo. Pagbukas pagdating ko, pag walang nakatubig na lumalabas yun, puking, kumuton ko na inyong nang kumuton is ganunin mo. Lamukosin. Lamutakin ko yung mukha ninyo yan, isa-isa. And I was really dead set in doing it. Mahirap mapahiya. Pagdating ko, may tubig na putang ina niya. So, bakit ito? So, para magtanong-tanong niya sila sa inyo, that started my curiosity. Anong racket ito na paitiisin mo ang Pilipino na walang tubig? Ang mga babae nating mga moyna, wala na maglapit sa... Nalitse talaga ako nitong putang ina, sabi ko, mga yawa. May tubig. So that started my quest for why. Ang nangyari nito, there's a contract. It was signed, palabas na si Cory Ramos and it traverses to administration. Kay Ramos pati kay Gloria. I'm not saying that they are guilty of something. No, far. I'm just saying, I'm just stating to you the truth. Ang contract with Manila Gas, I suppose that Manila Water, I suppose that it's the same with Manila, because ito yung western part of the Manila went to Manila Gas, Ayala. Dito kay Pangilinan ang sa eastern side. Ang masakit talaga to. Tingnan ko, sabihin ko sa'yo, masakit talaga. And you can kill somebody for it. Ang contract, the water there was not, in the contract itself, the water in natural resource of any country, ang nakalagay doon, it would be treated as a commodity. Itong Maynilad, pati itong Manila Water, distributor ito sila, atin yang tubig. That is part of the patrimony of the nation. Ngayon, they entered into a contract. I do not know who was the lawyer. Kaya ako binuko si Frank. Tapos may text siya kagabi, sabi niya, you tell Rodi I am not a part of it. Kasi I remember when I started to tatanong-tanong na ako about water. Sabi niya, I don't know, but I'm sure Drilon said this. Sabi mo kay Rudy, magdandahan siya because we might end up paying billions in damages. Kaya sinagot ko siya, Senator Droin, how dare to permit to you telling me I cannot review the contract. I will go on and review the contract because I have to know what's screwing the people here. Bakit may tubig tapos wala may tubig? Somebody must be grabe pa sa presidente. Alam mo, in that contract, basa mo, our country surrendered everything to Manila Water and to Manila. Everything, including the sovereignty of... Kasi nakalagay doon, interpreting this contract, pwede nga Republic of the Philippines eh. Sabi lang, the Philippine government shall see to it that the operation sa distribution will be secured, blah, 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 and any interruption caused by a disturbance of government and the corresponding loss that would be created out of a malfunction or whatever, damage to their... Sila ang distributor eh. Magbayad tayo. Any loss or the losses that they will incur, babayaran natin. Anak. Kung malugi sila, attributable to the government, what animal is that? It is not stated in the contract. Magbayad tayo. We pay. Malugo sila for ano we pay. And that contract was in 1997. It was renewed in...
Original contract is 93, sir. Original contract is
93. Then it was renewed very much earlier in 2009. Long before the... Hindi pa mag-expire. About 7 years before. nirenew na nila at they were granted an extension sa panahon ni Gloria. Ngayon ito, ang rates, they control the rates. It is not with us. At yung CIF nila, corporate income tax, ipapasa nila to the consumers. Believe naman talaga sa mga bitoka nito. Tapos, meron pa, itong pag-increase, itong increase sa prices. We have nothing there. Kung gusto nila increase. Kung gusto nila i-decrease. Anak ka na.
Cannot interfere.
That's the word. Any interference, that's the word, any interference by government that would create an aberration sa kanilang ano. Even if it's a road right of way, if we have to dig there because it is needed by the infrastructure of the country. Tapos nabutas mo yan, you will pay. Anak, sabi ko. Hindi na talaga ito. Hindi ko ito masikmura. Meron pa. All in favor. Basta yan isa, we have lost the sovereignty. We bargain it away. Gusto kong malaman kung sino yung mga abogado. Pero ako nagduda ako, but he sent a text to Bingbong. Binasa niya kagabi sa akin. Sabi doon, Bimo kay Rudy, wala na ako sa Accra yung panahon na yun. Accra is involved. But I am not saying that Accra is involved. At least, hindi mo man malaman kung sino yung abogado. Sisilipin ko muna talaga kung yun ang they have the control of the water. And yun yung it will end ang contract nila
The original, sir.
2037.
2037
Yung extension.
ang extension. Sabi ko sa sa cabinet kami, sabi ko, siyempre nagalit ako. Puta na, kalukuhan to. So sabi ko, because pagka nalugi sila, hindi tayo magbayad. Now we paid earlier 3 million. 3 billion. Anong interruption yun? Basta medyo nalugi sila. Bayad tayo 3 billion. Ngayon na naman, sa panahon ko, may 7 billion. Biko, putang ina ninyo. Fuck you. Sabi na, we will face para alam mo kasi, maging pareha ka sa international. Alam mo itong mga mayaman sa Indonesia, Malaysia, Pilipinas, parang nagkorpo yan sila. Only not individually but are corporations. They have the interlocking directors dito pati doon. Mahirap yan. Ako sabi ko, mahirap yan. Pero pang dalawa na escape my mind sa kabisi ko. But there's another one. Sa rates, yung losses, you have to bear it. You have to pay for the losses. Then, yung income tax nila, putang ina tayo ang magbayad. Wala akong nakitang putang inang kahiyaan na sanit ngayon ko. Ikaw na ang magbabayad sa kita nila. Ikaw pa ang wala kang choice sa rates. Sabi ko, alam mo, if you look at the law, maybe, balik ako, But this is a classic case of economic blunder. Wala lang nakasilip nito. Because, I can assume that money really talks. Sabihin niya, Ayala, pati kayo, don't fuck with me. I know you. Nilaro ninyo yung Pilipino sa pera. Sabi ko, I will pursue this. If this is the only thing that I can achieve in my administration, ito na lang. Birahin ko talaga economic blunder. Nakita yung statement nila ngayon. We are ready to talk to the administration, the incumbent, that this happened not during their time. No, probably they might have a little because it was not during that time that this contract was signed. Pero economic sabotage yan. Ang problema nito, Adre, how do we recover? Ito pang isa. Yung sa bill ninyo, all of you, ito isa. Kukuha ko na, I remember now. Ang itong billing natin, meron dyan for yung treatment of water. May sinisingil tayo, water treatment fees. Alam ba ninyo, ni kahit isang buting kriolin, walang binuhos yan para sa tubig, para luminis, hindi na bali tayo mamatay. And to think, kanina sabi nila na yung abogado nila, sabi mo naman kay Rudy, total, pag-usapan na lang, east to west, pinaghati. Total, ito lang naman ang tinamaan. We can always adjust the rates. Yung mga, paano na yung, para kang gago. Now, probably over the years, we can reduce o tapos babawain. Sabi ko, how can that be? How many years na? Sabihin mo, ang tinamaan lang ang west, pati ang east sa Manila, Metro Manila. He said, do not fuck me. When we paid for your corporate income tax, kasi sinalo ng so kung sinalo natin, pera natin ang binayad. It is as if, ngayon, ang pera yan, hindi ng pera ng Metro Manila, nor of the east or of the west. It is money of the entire Republic of the Philippines. Kaya sila ang constituents ko. Pera ng gobyerno yung binayad namin sa income tax ninyo. How can it be now na sabihin mo, Maynila lang ang tinamaan? Because when we paid for your taxes, tinamaan na kami. Sabi ko, well, there's always a time for everything. The Bible says, there is a time to be comfortable with what you have, stolen money. There is a time to wallow in filth, in riches, but there is always a time for reckoning, to explain to the people how it came about. Talagang yayariin ko sila dito. And, the lawyers, they knew that when they were crafting the contract, it was actually lahat ng provision at that time and until now, at that time and now, present, they knew that it was all in violation of law, a diminution of our sovereignty, that we have to pay for their losses, that's anti-graft. Kaya pag sabay-sabayin mo, that the money that we have to absorb, their we have to pay for their income tax. At the beginning, Adre, former abogado man tayo dito, right at the start, it was a contract that was all in contravention of the anti-graft law. So it could be, now, over a period of time, that's plunder. Kung isa, dalawa, okay lang. O isa, dalawa transaction, could not be ganun kalaki, even if it is that in magnitude. But over a period of time for so many years, tapos ngayon, kolektahan ako ng 7 million. Sabi ko, alam mo sana yan, ha? Maniwala ka. Kasi nga, I'm not satisfied. I'm really pissed off with the services of the tong cellphone. We were harping on a new player. Sa new player, gusto ng new player, bigyan sila ng mga incentives. Ang iniingan nila yung, alam mo itong airwaves, it's a mystery. There's always that line that is very good. So, yung airwaves, it is given by government free. Hindi ko rin alam yan until na dumating sa akin. Ngayon, sabi ko na itong sila Ayala, pati same players, Pangilinan. Same player. Sabi ko, isauli ninyo yung airline. Alam mo ang sagot sa akin? Kami sa cabinet meeting. Pabayarin daw ako. Sabi ni Secretary Rio ng DCTI, kanya magbayad daw ako ng 2 billion. Utang ina. Sabi ko naggalit ako kay Rio, tumindig ako, sabi ko, tawagan mo yung putang inang Letsing Ayala pati. Isauli nila yan. Bigyan ko sila ng 48 hours, 2 days. Pag hindi nila sinauli yung putang ina, pupuntahan ko sila sa opisina. Ako ang pupunta sa opisina nila. Kinabukasan, maagang buong tawag, Sir, isauli daw nila. Itong inang bayan na to. Ewan ko lang kung sinong susunod na presidente nito. Marami siyang problema. Pero ito, tatapusin ko to. Tatapusin ko talaga itong dalawa. Kung hindi ko ito matapos sa magandang paraan, timingin ko na lang dyan sa opisina nila, ilak ko, tapos sunugin ko yung building nila. Buhusan ko. I will lock madali lang man yan. And so, I go to prison. Katanda-tanda ko na. At my age, death is the least of my concern. You do not ask me na, are you well? Are you in good health? Ako sagot ko, Adren, may tatay ka ba, nanay ka? Noong 74 sila, okay sila? Ako raw, may sakit na gano'n. Talagang may sakit ako. May sakit ako ng dibdib ko. Pero ito, hindi ko sila papalusutin. Hindi ko sila papalusutin. Dalhin ko ito sa Congress. I have to talk to the Filipino people. Hindi nila pinapublish eh. Selected lang. Hindi na papublish. Hindi na nalagay sa news. Wala. Kinokontrol nila yung damage. Tapos, ako naman, hindi nagpapa-importansya. But maybe because I was the one who was really angry and also because I'm the #1 worker of government. Sige sila, padala kung sino ang makausap. Kaya ko makausap, ang pwede lang makiusap sa akin, Diyos sa SIDA. Puntahan ninyo sa Bicol. Sige. Mga gago itong putang inan to. Kaya ito, sabi ko, yayariin ko ito sila. Pag dinimanda nila tayo, Diyan sa, hindi magbayad ng 7 million, putang ano. Sige, pakain ko yung pera sa kanila. Totoo, yan pa naman ang, hindi ako nagbibiro kasi matapang na ako, kaya marami man akong pulis noon. Hindi talaga ako matapang, tapang-tapangan lang. Pero yung lahat na sa Davao, no, kita mo yung dala-dala ng fake title, yung nasa TV. Nahuli ako ng nagbenta ng lecheng peke na titulo. Yung isang envelope niya, pinakain ko talaga niya lahat. Kainin mo. Kainin mo lahat. Siguro isang galon na tubig ang kasi laminated yung pinasirox niya eh. Di ba yung magkopya ka, pinakopya niya, pinakita niya sa mga tao, correct yung decision. Ang pinalitan niya yung marunong eh. Bright ang gago. Sabi ko, kainin mo yan. Pag hindi, patayin kita dito. Sabi ko, walang magreklamo. Ikaw? Sino magreklamo sa iyo? Asawa mo, anak mo? Tangina. Itapon ko sila sa... Sila ang isunod ko. Patayin ko. Sabi ko, pag hindi niya naubos, patayin mo yan. Tangina, alas 12 na. Sige pa rin usap doon. King ina mo. Gaya nung ikot, kasi raw pabili ng posisyon sa revolutionary government. Utang ina. Magalit si Lorenzana niyan, maisahan mo, ba't ikaw mauna ka kay Lorenzana magpabili ng posisyon sa... Sabi ko, hulihin mo nga yung putang inang yan. Wala man akong pera pagdating. Wala, hindi ba talaga ako nagdadala ng pera? Kin na ito. Ayaw yung security. Taga PSG, pera, bigyan mo ang pera. Contribute kayo. Palagay ko yan. Tapos, sabi nung isa na, gusto mo kape? To go with it? Sabi ko, Pepe, yung mainit talaga. Pagdating ng kape, ganun ko sa kamay, mainit na. No? Okay. Inumin mo muna yung kape. Sabi niya, sir, mainit pa masyado eh, sir. Good. Kita mo umusok bago ka pala. Sige, kainin mo. Inumin mo. Inumin mo. Mili ka. Talian kita ng handcuff ngayon, para tapon kita dyan. Diyan lang sa Pasig, mali yung malago. Yung ano dyan. Kainin mo. Kain lahat. Tapos, itong isang gwardiya na PSG, pag yung ginano niya lahat, may coin. Pati yung coin. Yan ang unahin mo. Putang ina ka. Yan ang unahin mo. Let's siga. So, sir, diabetic pa naman ako, sir. Tapos, magbara yan sa tiyan ko. Oo, talaga. Maoperahan ako, sir, diabetic ako, sir. Baka hindi na magaling. Hindi, maniwala ka. Anong klaseng doktor yan mag-opera na hindi ka magaling? Kainin mo. Sabayan mo ng tubig. Pasok yan. Yan. Pag magharap tayo, magdala na lang kayo yung yung luma na tag 50 mayroon pa. Kaya yung mga bago, laminated, parang pitik mo, parang laminated. Yung isa, gago, sige, sirok. Putang na zero, laminated. Sige ka. Kasi sinabi ko sa kanya, umalis ka dito sa Davao. Pag nakita kita dito, Sabado yon. Pag nakita pa kita dito, sunod semana, bantay ka sa akin. Tumawag mo ng pulis, sir, nandito pa, sir. Ay, putang, kaya pick upin mo. Ngayon, yung pinakain ko na itong EBS talaga nakahawak pero inon yung kamera di nakuha. Kaya nagayang kain. Nandyan si Eta Rosales noon. Yung magandang gabi bayan. Eh di habang Miss Eta Rosales, Congressman, ano ba itong ginawa ni Mayor Duterte? Tingin mo, oh, that's a violation of the human rights, blah, 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 blah. Tapos pinalo ako ng asawa ko ng unan. Ayan, oh, kalukuhan mo, tignan mo na ngayon. Sabi ko, ayan mo, tangina. Human rights. Human rights, magsige ka kalukuhan dyan, human rights. Kaya magdemanda lang kayo. Tapos noon, di ba may rating? Sang-ayon ba kayo sa ginawa ni Mayor Duterte ng Davao, Pinakay Mabel? Rank 97. Sita. Kaya, istorya, hindi ako nagyayabang. Kinukwento ko lang yan, pero ngipin ko nagkagot. Kasi galit talaga ako. At huwag kayong magtawag-tawag, lapit-lapit sa akin, puta, bukas i-file ko yan, diretso na. You know what? If I file the case, I'll just state there that they have been in operation for so many years. And that all of the contracts there, all of the provisions were complied with. Pag in-comply na yun lahat yung increases, pasok na ang anti-graft load yan. So, yun na lang ako. That's my evidence. I just execute an affidavit, probably one of the guys there, sa Solgen, file na. Para sa akin yun, I could establish a prima facie case. Then I will file plunder. Ang plunder, Adre, Mr. Ayala, Nobel yan. So, gusto ko makita na bilyonaryo na makulong. Lahat ng nakulong, puro NPA lang, mahirap lang. Ito na nga eh. Hindi nga pag-away nga dahil ninanakaw yung pera ng Pilipinas. Ito namang NPA ang gago. Galit sila kinawala yung pera. Ang pinapatay naman yung mga tao na walang kasalanan. Tumahimik ito. Hinto na kayo. You are punishing the wrong person. Taga-bukid, yung mga farmers, mag-neutral, ayaw magkampi sa inyo, pinapatay ninyo. Klase. Galit kayo sa mga mayaman, yung mga ganun. Bebot lang, bilyo. Yun ang kasama ninyo, wala rin pera. Kasi sige, palit ng asawa. Kaya ganun. Totoo man. Pagkita kami, sabi ko, bot ito yung asawa ko. Sabi niya, ito ang akin. Mas bata. Pag sunod namin nakita, bot, matanda naman lagi liwasyado yan. Huwag mo sabihin, 1 year time na. So that's two disasters. The one, well, now we have a disaster coming up. But that disaster is, I'm sure, andyan dito naman yung mga Joy and so they will not. We will not allow it. I am sure my military will not allow it. My police will not allow it. Yan ang masiguro nila. Kaya ayusin nilang mabuti kasi ako, I'm not making any threats. Ay, ang Marcelo, wala yan. Kalukuhan niya. Bugok lang na presidente magamit niyan. It's an overused, abused word, Marcelo. Uneven its practice. So, is there anything that you'd want to Cheese, you want to say something? Joy? Wala. Anybody? Well, sorry for the long narrative, but I said it's two disasters. One, lumabas, may isa tayo na. Yes. Ay, sige, Governor. Sorry.
Can we consider the cutting of trees along the road? Causing us so much trouble every time there's a calamity.
Cutting trees.
Ipasok yung road. Tapos pinagdamahan yung mga poste ng kuryente. And we have to remove them. Bakit yung kang pinamayagan ng gila? Kasi namin sa tayo. It's not only a road hazard, but it's also obstruction.
Yes. Yes.
And it affects our electrical
Yung mobility ninyo. So what's the problem? What's the problem, sir?
should discuss this with Secretary to allow us to go to street.
Si
Sa DNR, yeah. Because they want us to cut the trees there along the roads.
No, I'll talk to him. But I'm sure si Roy is a very reasonable man. Madali makuha ni Roy yan, sir. I know him.
Every year, ganun na nangyayari. Isa pa, DNR also, sa foreshore, we should not allow them to stay there. Dapat may distansya. Kasi every time there's a typhoon, yun din ang customer namin sa evacuation center. It's the same people. I think we should start relocating them in a nearby place, pero we should not allow them to be on the foreshore areas. And we need to enforce this. Look at in other countries. Sa foreshore, wala nakatira. They stay on the other side. Dito, ang hirap Right now, wash out sila. The next day, nagtayo uli ng mga bahay. So, pagdating na bagyo, ganun din ang mangyayari. So, keep on repeating. So, kahit patay na tayo, ganun pa rin ang mangyayari.
Is there anybody representing the DNR? Yeah. Can you respond to the governor?
The place is a foreshore area. Therefore, before anything is built in that area, there has to be a permission given to the establishment that's asking to build in that particular area.
Well, I'm not referring to the resorts. Those are the fishing vessels, fishing villages. Sila nang wash out pag may mataas ang surge. Ang storm surge, pag mataas. Gaya nun, just recently marami nasira mga bahay sa mga coastal villages. Because they're malapit, nasa loob na sila ng foreshore.
Yes, Secretary Anyo.
We can actually implement the no-build zone observance. I mean to say, 40 meters from the shoreline should be a no-build zone. But we have to prepare the relocation sites of these affected families. I think it is about time really to implement that because especially in the eastern seaboard where we are visited by at least on the average 16 to 20 typhoons a year, it would be actually